and take some live discussion. Good morning as we talk across the social platforms about the power of consistency in your personal life or to grow your business. And again, glad to be here on Clubhouse. This is Breakfast with Champions. My name is Ramon Ray, and I hope people can hear me across platforms. We'll see. Okay, if he says she can't hear, yeah, probably the wire's all messed up there. If you said you can't hear, that's okay. We will have to fix that then at another time later on. What a terrible experience. So I'm just going to end the feed if people can't hear on the IG side. Trisha, you can't hear me? I guess, yeah, I guess you wouldn't know if you can't hear me. What about on LinkedIn or other side? Just people join me on the platform, just curious, as we experiment live. But clearly, people, Diane Darling says she can hear on the LinkedIn side. Great. So let me close the Instagram feed. That's the way it is. Nope, Jeremy, got it. Jeremy's coming from Rockefeller Center, Fox News, MSNBC, CNN. Got it. It's amazing how the camera crews are all coming in now. Nope, hair and makeup. I'm good to go. Thank you all. Nope, they can hear me on LinkedIn. Yep. No. Melissa, don't need the coffee right now. Thank you. Dr. Janie, you know what I'm saying? It's like all these people like want to come and pour into you. Like, nope, SUV guy, park the car, not in my garage. Park it in your own garage. It's not easy, people. You know what I'm saying, people? It's I don't even know what to say anymore. Let's begin the show. The power of consistency. My name is Ramon Ray. Trying to get IG going there, but I think I had some wire issues. So 11 things I want to share that I've been learning about the power of consistency, which I hope helps somebody today. And then I'll pause a bit and get some feedback from the Clubhouse side. And those who are joining me on LinkedIn, welcome to you as well and across those platforms. So one, here's why consistency is so important. Lamar Tyler talks about this. Lamar Tyler has an amazing program that I've been in called Traffic, Sales, and Profit. And the power of consistency is that consistency builds trust. Consistency builds an incredible amount of trust. So as I look here on the Breakfast with Champions screen, Stars Tina. Think of that. Somebody's branded their own name, Stars Tina, because she consistently shows up. There's a measure of trust. You think about Mary Kim Farkas. She consistently shows up. There's a measure of trust. And I can go down the list. Linnell and Miss Hattie and Victoria and others who consistently shows up. It builds a huge aspect of trust. We talk about this in the celebrity CEO community, and I advise you hearing the sound of my voice, check out celebrityceo.com, download your free blueprint, which we talk about the power of trust. Good morning, Shisharu. The aspect of getting attention, which leads to trust, which leads to sales. This is the key. We're in an attention game, a game to get attention. This is the game we're in. And consistency is one part of that. Glenn Lundy showing up every single day, Monday to Friday at 5:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for thousands of episodes. That's consistency. It builds trust. And this doesn't mean everybody who's consistent you can trust. But I tell you this much, when I'm thinking of getting my leadership game on, you know who I'm going to look at? T.M. Hyman. Because he's been there. Good morning, Jacob. Good to have you here, my friend. Jacob George, good to have you here, brother, on the LinkedIn side. Thank you, Dr. Jeannie, for showing up on LinkedIn and let me know you can hear me and saying good morning. Good to see you here. Trisha Rue, again, good morning to you. So this is the power of consistency. Number two is we're going on this roadmap of why consistency is so important. Consistency brands you in others' minds, and branding you in others' minds is important because we are confused, short-term memory world that we're in. When I go back to what Dr. Jenny Lacey's doing, I think it's 90-day fiance, 90-day promise, 90-day something with 90 days in it. Could be 60. I get my 6s and 9s mixed up, but somebody can feel free to mic and correct me, or I'll just keep moving on here. But 90 days something.
90.
What was it?
90-day last resort.
That's exactly what I meant. Thank you. 90-day last resort. Why is Dr. Jenny Lacey all over and blowing up? She's consistent. She's all about relationships, communications, how you speak, and et cetera, et cetera. How do you think I'm blowing up and growing by God's grace, speaking more and more on bigger and bigger stages? I already have engagements for 2024. That's why, of course, Christina Howard got me booked for her Youth Empowerment Summit months ago, which hers is coming up in January in either North Carolina or South Carolina, wherever Myrtle Beach is. I don't have Google in front of me, or ChatGPT, somewhere in that part of the world. Point being, because I'm consistently showing up. So the more I show up, that brand is put in people's mind. Oh, if we need an event, do we need a good MC? Ask Ramon Ray. Or celebrity CEO is growing. Came off the stage a few weeks ago when I was in Orlando at the National Speakers Association event. A man greeted me as I was coming off stage with my book, Celebrity CEO, in his hand. Tears in his eyes, tears in my eyes, from Colombia. I said, Ramon, I flew here one reason. I wanted you to sign this book in person. It's consistency. It brands you in the minds of other people. And I am not always the most consistent person. I wish I was, but I can do better, and I need to do better. Point number 3. Thank you, Kai. Good to have you here. Point number 3. People don't remember. I'm sorry, I thought it was just me, but people have short-term memories. We're thinking, what does Christina Howard do again? What does she do again? Something she does. She has to show up over and over and over and over and over again. Remind us, I'm going to be winning a pink or blue or velvet, whatever the color of the car is, Cadillac or whatever, Mercedes, or maybe it's a truck. Who knows? I don't know. Maybe it's an earth mover. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see her in a steamroller. That doesn't quite go so well. I'm winning the pink steamroller. Yeah, maybe not. But you get my point. Consistency over and over. How do we all know about M&Ms? Because Marilyn doesn't let us stop thinking that she has the M&M podcast. I think what it was, something like that. Marilyn and Miles podcast. Because she says it over and over again. What about me? As Glenn Lundy referenced today, that's all I talk about. Not all I talk about, but the few things that I do. Celebrity CEO to help you build your personal brand, or engaging Ramon Ray to ignite your stage. And of course, my publication, zoneofgenius.com, which is growing from 0 to thousands a month now on that blog. People don't remember, and you have to make them remember. It's your obligation to make people remember. If you don't, it is your fault, not theirs. Let me pause for 2 seconds here. Plenty of time. Clubhouse community, Breakfast with Champions community. Is this resonating with you? Is this helping you? Is this reminding you of anything that you're not doing? I know it's not rocket science, but is it kind of pricking you a bit like, dang, I need to do this? Talk to me, Breakfast Champions community, or don't. I'll take it as a don't, and we'll continue on. Kimberly says, pink Cadillac for Christina via YouTube. Love it. Number 4. Go ahead, please.
I was just going to jump in. This is me. I think the consistency, you remind us of it all the time, but we have to consistently remind ourselves to be consistent. So I love it. I love it.
And Dr. Jeannie, that's my biggest struggle, reminding myself to be consistent. I wonder, why am I not getting the leads I need to see? What's up, Julie Riga? Why am I not getting the leads I need to see, et cetera, Dr. Jeannie? Because I'm not being consistent. And the reminder to be consistent, you're so right. Thank you, Dr. Jeannie, for chiming in. Appreciate you. So that's number 4. Number 3, people don't remember. Number 4, people aren't sure. Let me let you understand this. If you like shopping, put the word shopping in the chat. Whichever platform you're in, let me see the word shopping if you love shopping. I had some amazing Skechers boots. Just recently, maybe because I worked too hard over the weeks, the bottom of the sole has come apart. It was like a flapping mouth. Dr. Jeannie says she loves shopping, and her best thing to do in the world is to go to Macy's, Bergdorf Goodman, Sears, Target, and LL Bean store, and to go back again to Macy's and shop. Wow, Dr. Jeannie. Yes, I see you, Dr. Jeannie. She said the opposite. So my point being, though, my Skechers shoes broke. And now I'm going by and looking at other shoes. I don't like to shop. I'm your average, as it were, dude. Just click the button and buy a pair of simple black shoes. But I'm not sure which one to get. It's a little nerve-wracking. This is how it is in the marketplace, people. This is exactly how it is. Mary, what's her name again? Yeah, Mary Lynn. Mary Lynn's having her event in Florida in an airport hangar. But guess what, Mary Lynn? There's a lot of events happening that day at that time. People aren't sure. Should we go to Mary Lynn's event, or should we go to another event? Or the biggest competitor, should we do nothing? That's a competitor I want you all to note as well. The competitor of doing nothing. My biggest competitor is not other speakers speaking at events. I have no fear of any other speaker. I'm very confident in who I am, what I'll bring. But the biggest quote unquote fear is the client not wanting to do anything, saying we don't need an MC. That's the problem. So that's number 4. People aren't sure. But when you're consistent, when you show up, when you're there over and over and over and over and over and over and over again, you will get the bag in one way or another. You will get it. You will get it because you're consistently reminding people of what you do and how you do it. Next point is we're on the track of consistency. There's a lot of noise in the market. Think about what we're doing here on Breakfast with Champions. By the way, those of you who are unfamiliar with it, see me offline. I invite you to join us 5 a.m. programming, 5 a.m. to about noon. Breakfast with Champions, a community of thousands and thousands of people. We're all about 3 simple things: motivation, education, inspiration, and a high dose of positivity. Founded by Glenn Lundy, we are an amazing community where we will uplift an eclectic blend of content, from real estate to finance to health to fitness to motivation to God to faith to mindset to personal development and podcasting and leadership and everything in between. So I invite you to join us. Breakfast with Champions. You can see links to that on bwcdaily.com on Clubhouse. Next point. There's a lot of noise in the market. Think about just this little community we're in, this Breakfast with Champions community. Dora has her book. Christina has her health and beauty focus. Dr. Janie Lacey, the master psychotherapist of communication relationships. You have Yin, who talks all about finances from Hong Kong every single month and week as she pours in. You have Stars Tina, who talks about health and motivation. You have Tosh. You have Dr. Jeannie, who talks about finding and thriving in your genius. You have Mary Lynn, who talks about her podcast and motivation and what she's doing with her son and overcoming her own self-doubt. And then you have this shaved head dude called Ramon. It's a crowded market, people. So consistency is important. Consistency is important. There's a lot of noise on the market. Number 6, the power of discipline. This is important. Why do I do about 50 or more push-ups every day? Why do I stretch every day? Why do I try to drink a coffee every day? Well, that's not discipline. It's because I like it. Why do I read my Bible and pray every day? Those 3 things I try to do without fail, or 4 things: drink a bottle of water, read my Bible and pray, do some stretches, and 50 or more push-ups every day. It's a discipline. It's built into me. It's now a habit. Number 7, focus on a few things. This is another struggle that I have, is focus. How many struggle with focus? Put the word focus in the chat. Or how many rock focus? Put the word focus in the chat. Ha! You win anytime. Breathe, Ramon. Absolutely. All day, Liddell. Gotta breathe. If you don't, you're going to just make yourself go batty, people. So focus on a few things. I got a lot going on. People think I do. Thank you, Denise. Denise is saying she got focused there. I love it, love it, love it. Yeah, Tosh is sharing as well. Trisha, rather, is sharing as well. Love it, love it, love it. Thank you, Denise, for jumping on the LinkedIn. On the Facebook side, Denise is there. And then we got Trisha joining us and Kimberly's jumping in on the YouTube side. Love it, love it, love it. So this power of focus. Yeah, people think kind of I do a lot of things, but I'm honing in. There's about 3 main things Ramon does, 3 ways I make my money. One is I'm a motivational speaker, a keynote speaker, working with large brands, large events. Usually their events are in Las Vegas. They have stages, could be Orlando, anywhere in the world, in fact, that has a large amount of people. So that's one thing I do, my main one key focus. And number 2, we help people build their personal brands. We'll be launching our 2nd challenge in the next few weeks, which I'm excited about. We'll announce that soon, as we're still in the newly stages of how we can serve and help people build their personal brands to get attention, build trust, which leads to sales. Through the Celebrity CEO community, I invite you, I beg you, download your free Celebrity CEO blueprint, celebrityceo.com. Download that blueprint. I beg you to do so. You will not regret it. It's free. Well, you have to pay with your time. So that's number 2, going back to focus, right? That's the 2nd thing I do, building personal brands. And then I'm the publisher of zoneofgenius.com. We're building this blog, building this amazing community of content and information to help small business owners live life fulfilled. Part of that is we have our big event coming up April 18th and 19th. Tickets are already being sold. The Entrepreneurs Conference and Awards featuring Seth Godin. We will have sponsors already talking to major national brands that you know. My goal is to have about 200 to 300 people being there or more. We'll be having an awards ceremony, quote unquote, red carpet, and a reception the night before. It is going to be the event of the year. I promise you that. Entrepreneurs Awards and Conference. Check it out at zoneofgenius.com/awards. Zoneofgenius.com/awards. And you can see the people who already, some of our premier guests, I'll call them. Everybody's a guest and an important person. Some of our premier guests who have already said they'll be a part of it. And I like that quote from Lincoln. Life is like a camera. Focus on what's important, capture the good times, and if things don't work out, just take another shot. Yes. Moving forward. Next point here is we're talking about consistency. What should you be consistent about? This is something that I'm going through now. I have a show on Black Enterprise and that I'm expanding called The Rundown with Ramon. The one thing I'm being consistent about is doing interviews. I have it in my schedule on a regular basis to do interviews, to remind me to do it because I can easily get distracted. But the thing I'm not doing, the thing my team is aligning around, is all things production related. Once I finish the interview, I'm done. It's out of my head. Somebody else can take care of the rest. So that's what I'm also focused. What will I be consistently not doing? Because I can't do everything. I cannot be Ramon, be the best version of myself, as Glenn Lundy says, and serve my community if I'm doing everything. And you rob people of their blessing. You rob people of what they can do when you try to do everything. Even on this platform, when there's openings. At this segment I do at 7:30 on Mondays, I often co-host a show with Scott Simons, the Scott Simons Show, and that will be growing, by the way, some cool things Scott and I have planned. So when there's an opening segment, you can ask Christina, ask Mary Lynn, ask others. Yeah, I like to host. I like to fill in. I can do it all day long. I can be on this platform 8 hours a day, 5 days a week. Trust me on that. When there's an opening, yeah, I can fill in. I can do it. But if somebody else can do it, somebody else wants to, please allow them. No problem. No problem. Because you don't want to take from others. You want others to be able to thrive as well. Attrition. Something I'm going to talk about attrition later tonight, 7 p.m. We have our Celebrity CEO coaching call. You can see that at celebrityceo.com/coaching, celebrityceo.com/coaching. We'll be talking about attrition and the importance of being consistent to beat attrition. If you don't know what that word is, Google it. Number 10, as we're talking about the power of consistency, it's easier to do what you like doing. I love the blog post and the content creation I do at zoneofgenius.com. We're growing. But do you know what I don't like doing? I like coaching in Celebrity CEO. But what I don't like doing is building the operational side of the business. I don't like doing it. It's not what I do well. Hence, Jamie's building that, my head of operations. Thank you, Dr. Jeannie. So what do you like doing? And it's okay to dial in more what you like doing, what you do well. It's okay. It's okay. Moving forward, one or two more points, and we'll open up the floor. What's your flywheel? I refer to Jim Collins' book, Flywheel, oftentimes. You can look at it on Amazon.com, Flywheel, and then put Jim Collins. And by the way, if you want our 10 best books for small business, if you go to zoneofgenius.com/best books, you can see our list of best books for small businesses. I encourage you to get every single book. And then I reference, of course, Jim Collins' monograph. It's called Flywheel. So how can we be more consistent? Technology can help with that. I happen to use Asana, but put it in whatever chat you want. What tool do you like? Asana is kind of a great task management tool. Others, I believe, are called Trello. There's many other tools. I even use the calendar, Google Calendar or Microsoft Calendar, whatever you like, calendaring systems. And I put recurring tasks. Did you know I even have a recurring task to remind me to serve the Facebook communities I'm in? to remind me to go to BWC Daily and post and share. Remind me to go to Zone of Genius Community and post and share. Remind me to go to Celebrity CEO Community, post and share. Thank you, Denise. And Denise likes Trello. It's okay to use tech and other tools to help you remember. Listen, everybody, my name is Ramon Ray. Thanks for being here in the live broadcast. We're going to jump over to Clubhouse now. Check out celebrityceo.com. Download the free personal branding blueprint. Definitely check out zoneofgenius.com. You won't be sorry. And if you're having your next big event and you're looking for one of the best motivational speakers, keynote speakers, or MCs around to uplift your event, consider hiring Ramon Ray. And you can find out more about me at ramonray.com. And I am not Hispanic, but gracias por su trabajo. Adios. Me llamo Ramon Relio Ray, pero no habla nada español. All